Welcome back, guys. This time I got a really special video for you guys going on, and we are going to try explain why NASA should be giving us a lot better image quality. There's absolutely no excuse for what they are bringing out at the moment, and there's really some stuff that just doesn't add up. So I did my research. Well, I was actually not researching but setting everything up here so I could show you guys why I think the way I think. And we could all agree, no matter who you are, you don't have to be an expert or have done the studies that I've done. You could clearly see that there's something going on with the NASA image quality. So we are going to cover it because they are simply just images I would like to burn on the. I said this once in my video, it just doesn't make sense. Now we're going to be covering a wider variety of subjects in this video, so just check this video out till the end, and be sure to always do your own research, or just check out what I've been checking out. So this is an official image here. I think I'll put all the links here in the description in this video, so you can just check it out for yourself. And so alright, so let's get started. You could clearly see that this image is rubbish. I don't care what you say or what you think, it just really is bad. So look at this. You know, kind of like all these kind of small squares, just bad image quality. And this image quality I can refer to and call it as JPEG degradation, which is a really bad thing here. Now I forgot to set up one thing here. Look at this. All these kind of weird cutouts, blurred out. I don't know what they were doing, but we as a public we deserve more. I thought that this was public property, those images, but all we get are these really bad images. For example, this one might look nice in the first place, but then just going to zoom in here, you can see it's absolutely destroyed. You can see all those weird squares here. Now those aren't pixels. Now mind the colors itself here. Here you have kind of purplish here. You have some kind of greenish, some kind of yellowish, and something is definitely going on with the image quality. Now let me bring up an example here. This is a really old example, so forgive me, because as you can see, the original quality in the first place is like really bad. But the point is, the more you copy an image, the worse the image. Now this is typical for JPEG, and this is the reason why I don't like saving my graphical projects as a JPEG. Not many are aware of this, but your images are actually deteriorating, so be sure to, I don't know how to avoid it actually. If you do wanna keep like images forever in the same state, like an image of your face, you want to show it 100 years later to your grandchildren, I would definitely recommend saving it as a TIFF, for example, which is a lot better, but also a lot bigger. The more you back stuff up, the worse it gets. But this is not always the case. The best way to store your images is to upload it to a cloud. Now let me just explain this really quickly. Let's say we have this image here on the NASA server. Now you're downloading it, so you think that you are copying the image, which is the result that the images are always getting worse. Now it doesn't work like that, because you can only imagine if you would download one image a million times, there would be nothing left anymore. So this is not the way it works. But the way it works, you go Control C, Control V, let's copy that. So we got a copy of this. Now you copy this one, and I have another one, and it just gets worse and worse. But don't copy this one 50 times, just take the result you've just copied out. So right, we have a copy of a copy of a copy, let's do it another time, copy of a copy, and you can just go on. Eventually the image will deteriorate really badly. Let me delete this stuff here. If I do lag, I'm recording a lossless quality, so you'll be able to see all the pixels and all the colors like I see them on my screen, which is really important in this video, of course. So let's zoom in on the really bad example here. But it is sufficient there. And now mind the colors here, all looks very nice, and you just get worse and worse, kind of greenish here. Now we're going to the last example here, image 50. I think it's copied 50 times. Now I don't care how the original quality was, but because it is about the colors we've just seen in this image. Now take a look here, you see this kind of brownish reddish thing here, kind of yellowish thing, you see green, and depending on the image itself you can see different colors, but it's always in the same color perspective. So this could be a bit more purple like we've seen here, dependent on the quality, dependent on the image itself. So look at this. See kind of this purplish, everything is going on there. Now what I actually particularly found strange about this image is where every time you think that there's something going on there, it's like cut out. Now this is really strange, because I'm not yet able to figure out. I don't think that this is image degradation, for the simple fact you can see pixels here. Now this is not pixels, this has just been slapped on it. So this is really strange. It doesn't make sense at all. Now you can see that there's some blurred stuff going on there. You can see a really vague line going here. Who knows what's going on there. Now let's move on. Let's grab another look here, because you can see that there's like weird squares things going on in images. Here we have another example, and you can clearly see kind of these kind of patterns where an area in the image it has been degraded. Usually when we're looking at NASA pictures, that happens mostly on the background, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. New one, new image, background here, not much going on. After 10 saves, you see more is going on. Now let's go to the 50 saves, and you can see this kind of degradation here. So you could easily think that there's an object going on around there, or not an object mainly, but you can see those kind of squares like I've shown in the lady. So it's even worse than 50 saves. So what does this tell us? NASA's actually publicly admitted that they Photoshop images before they release them. So we could easily say, just by quality itself, that this image, for example, has been processed by, for example, by the first team, the first guy. They've done their stuff. So it's all about compartmentalization, or kind of a hard word for a person that doesn't speak native English. But I hope you get what I mean. Let me try again. Compartmentalization. Anyways, you get the point, right? So you could say one team is working on the original one, and they get then they copy that image, give it to another team, and they work on that image, and they copy it and give it to the next team. So not everyone knows what is exactly going on in the image itself, because only one team has seen the very original image of the, of Mars. So you can see it's kind of stitching here, because I'm not quite sure. Anyways, that's not what the video is about. So I hope I made a point here. And what was I going to cover next? So you'd say, let me check out where the link is. Page information. Here's the rover. This link here. So the next thing you'll be saying, hey, you know what? This is due to NASA sending images across planets, so anything could happen on the way. Now this doesn't make sense for many reasons, and that's why I'm making this video right now, actually trying to debunk every thought you can have on rectifying their deeds. There's no justification on the really bad image quality that we're getting from NASA. Now they've shown on many occasions that they can make a lot better images. So you'd say, yeah, but the signal has been distorted. Now read the headline here. Mars Curiosity rover gets software update, and it's literally a firmware update. So I hope you're acquainted with the with your phones that you're having right now. These modern phones, they just need firmware updates. Now if you start updating your phone and it's on 10% battery and it dies during the update, you can throw your phone literally away in the garbage can, because the software has been so messed up it's just unrecoverable. You'd have to send it over to Samsung or Apple or any other company for that matter, because they have the stuff to fix your phone. If this happens to the rover while updating, if you only miss one single piece of code, the rover is destroyed. So we can conclude one thing: they've successfully managed here on this article from December 23, 2013, and we can just say that there's a save file for updating a rover or sending data from A to B. Now I can guarantee you that there are protocols for sending data. So even the networks, the old first internet that came to existence, had already its first protocols of how to handle data. So it will get to you in its entirety. Now, what was I going to cover next here? There's quite an extensive video here. Now I'm going to show you the data transfer rate. Right, the data transfer rate, it's right here. Got it from Wiki, you know, why not? There are tons of reasons why not. But it's quite a nice summary here. Curiosity can communicate with Earth directly at speeds to 32 kilobytes. Alright, kilobits here. And you can just easily say that they can send quite a large image here. Now the way this works here is it sends it to the orbiter. The orbiter has more power resources that it can use to send the data back to Earth. Now this speed is quite big. Now I'm going to grab my calculator here. How long would it take to, you know what? Let's say 5 minutes of sending the entire picture in the wave, you know, so it's when it has left the orbiter. So 5 minutes times 60 seconds is, hold on there, times 32 is a different result, I think. So alright, let's go with it. Just make your own calculation, just research it. So it would take them 5 minutes to send it and to receive it. So I'm not counting in the time it takes for traveling between Earth and Mars. So it would take you 5 minutes to download a 10 megabyte picture. Now could be not so accurate here. Could have just made a mistake, but I'm trying to make a point here. Now let's go to an iPhone 3G image here. I think I got it downloaded here. And let me show you sorry, how big the image is. This image is 168 kilobytes. Now this looks a lot more crisp than what we're getting right now. And they'd be saying, well, the Curiosity is quite some while on Mars now, and it had to be developed, so that took some years as well. Nothing rectifies this, especially these new moon photos from the Chinese Chang'e 3. This is 2014. I mean, come on, look at this. Now can you see that the image from the iPhone 3G is a lot better? Now I don't know what date the iPhone 3G came out, but like I said, it doesn't rectify it at all. And now let's go to the next thing here. You'll be saying, so we were talking about software updates, right? How important it is to get the data fully and don't miss anything. So let's place a comma here. So you see, so let me give a demonstration here. Place a comma here, some SQL here. Alright, you get it doesn't work at all. So if there's a save file for software, which software is data, and an image is data as well. So the save file that is there for data, I mean for coding for the firmware, is also available right there on the rover and on Earth to receive an image in its fullest quality. There's no excuse for what we're getting right now. It's ridiculous. Now I think I've actually covered almost everything here. Whatever I covered here, let me check out. And of course, let's go in. Now this is the original rock nest image. Now let's zoom in into an area. Let's check it out here. And you can see that this is a lot more clear than what we've seen just before. Now it doesn't matter what rover, but every single rover is like one super nice image, and the rest is like really stupid. It looks like there has been some manipulation going on there. And remember, NASA is publicly admitting that they photoshopped some images before they released them. So yeah, what do you think, guys? I mean, is your money well spent, or isn't it well spent? Let me know in the comments, and I hope I've taught you something here. And this one will be going into my playlist on trying to debunk NASA. This is just so ridiculous. I mean, let me just show you. Look at this. This frustrates me so bad. When I made this video, I actually was telling the viewers that I'll just print this image out and burn it on the street and record it and then upload it on YouTube. And I still might do so. But I'm not that aggressive person. I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. And I'm trying to make people ask questions. Just ask questions. You're entitled to do it. We paid billions on this. I mean, I might be from Europe, but it's like one giant space agency. It doesn't even matter. I mean, we're just pouring money in, billions here in ESA, and we're getting nothing. It's just as bad in any space agency. And just like I said, keep in mind the price here. What it has cost here, $2.5 billion. This is what we're getting in 2014. I've explained to you that the data transfer rate is high enough to send better images. I've shown you here that an image of 150 kilobytes is a lot better than what we're getting right now. And I've explained you how software works here. I've explained you how important it is to receive something in its entirety, so there is a save file. What programmer doesn't make a save file? There are protocols for this. They have existed for so long. There is no reason why we should be getting this quality. Absolutely no reason. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in the next video. Be sure to share this video. And yeah, I'm just trying to spread the word here. And NASA didn't see this coming, you know, 50 years ago. We just have all this computing power here. We are spreading information. I had my degrees on graphical process. Did everything more on the process than actually where the tool is. Eventually, I started programming, and you know what? They didn't see us coming, and we'll debunk them completely. Now, I like to think. I like to ask questions. This is great fun for me. I'm not doing this out of hate, because hate is an obstructive feeling. But it is very disappointing to see a space agency giving us rubbish. Even the Chinese are giving us rubbish. I mean, yeah. Just do your job. I mean, seriously. You could at least simulate the lighting and just test the cameras before you send out a camera to the moon, for example. You know what the conditions are all like there. And you send in 2014 and you give me this. It's ridiculous. So yeah, some images don't show any form of JPEG degradation, and some images do. But remember, we are talking mostly here about JPEG. So they are for sure, they are probably receiving images in TIFF format. I think they had their own format, but they are for sure receiving the images not in JPEG format on Earth here. So thank you very much for listening. And remember, always ask questions. Spread the information, let everyone know, and subscribe. And every thumbs up is very useful, so people can see that they are not alone, that we're doing a good job here, and it's some form of appreciation for me. So I really enjoy that. I mean, I've seen actually a guy on my channel. He was like, "I've just watched the Anomaly on another video," and everyone was like, "Thumbs up," and I'm at 10 thumbs down, I think 9, and like 45 thumbs up. So this shows people, you know, you're not the only one there. So it's kind of a mental thing here. So that's why it's really valuable. It has some value to me and other people as well, which is why I started my channel. I mean, I'm doing this in my free time because I believe that we should give back to society, and we have the right to ask questions. We should be able to check on the officials. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Welcome back, guys. This time I got a really special video for you guys going on, and yeah, we are going to try explain why NASA should be giving us a lot better image quality. There's absolutely no excuse for what they are bringing out at the moment. and there's really some stuff that just doesn't add up. So I did my research. Well, I was actually not researching but setting everything up here so I could show you guys why I think the way I think. And we could all agree, no matter who you are, you don't have to be an expert or have done the studies that I've done. You could clearly see that there's something going on with the NASA image quality. So we are going to cover it, because there are simply just images I would like to burn on the. I said this once in my video, it just doesn't make sense. Now we're going to be covering a wider variety of subjects in this video, so just check this video out till the end, and you know, kind of like all these kind of small squares, just bad image quality. And this image quality I can refer to and call it as JPEG degradation, which is a really bad thing here. And I forgot to set up one thing here. Look at this, all these kind of weird cutouts, blurred out. I don't know what they were doing, but we as a public we deserve more. I thought that this was public property, those images, but all we get are these really bad images. Be sure to always do your own research, or just check out what I've been checking out. So this is an official image here. I think I'll put all the links here in the description in this video, so you can just check it out for yourself. And so alright, so let's get started. You could clearly see that this image is rubbish. I don't care what you say or what you think, it just really is bad. So look at this images. For example, this one might look nice in the first place, but then just going to zoom in here, you can see it's absolutely destroyed. You can see all those weird squares here. Now those aren't pixels. Now mind the colors itself here. Here you have kind of purplish here. You have some kind of greenish, some kind of yellowish, and something is definitely going on with the image quality. Now let me bring up an example here.